Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to learn how to curl a free kick. So I break this curling technique up into a 5-step process with some tips and tricks which will help you perfect this style. Okay, let's start with the setup. The first thing you're going to do is plant your standing foot beside the ball and your kicking foot right where you want to contact the ball, which I'll show you later. Stand about 90 degrees to the ball and take about 4 steps back. Now, this is what is comfortable for me, but it varies from person to person. Now, for your run-up, there are 3 things which I like to keep in mind. The first is to try and stay slightly on your toes. The second is to make your steps sharp and confident. And the third and most important is to keep your head still. Keeping your head still will help your contact on the ball, which is the most important thing in the free kick. The point of contact is what will determine where your ball ends up, so you'll really want to focus on this part. The first thing to note here is to use the area on the inside of your foot closer to your toe. The reason why you don't want to use the area which you would pass the ball with is because you won't be able to generate enough power on the ball. Now, the part of the ball that you're hitting is about the bottom right of the ball. I try and identify a spot on the ball or a logo which helps me with contacting the ball well. It's not necessary, but it definitely helps. When you aim your free kick, do 2 things. First, aim towards the middle of the goal, and second, choose a target in the wall which lines up with the middle of the goal. If you aim where you want the ball to end up, it's very likely that you will end up shooting wide, as the ball will curl away from the goal. Also, if you choose a target in the wall rather than the goal, you will be decreasing the distance between the target and the ball, which will increase your accuracy. Simply put, it's easier to hit a target that is only 10 feet away, like the wall, than it is to hit a target that is 20 to 30 feet away, like the goal. The last and most important step is the follow-through. In this part, your kicking foot needs to come across your body and over your standing foot. The quicker and better you can do this, the more your ball will bend. The follow-through will give you that whipping effect you want on the ball in order to get it up and over the wall and back down quickly. Failing to do this will decrease the spin on the ball and you won't get enough whip to get it under the bar quick enough. Some common mistakes when taking your free kicks are kicking the ground. This generally happens when you're too focused on power, which will take focus away from the point of contact. You can fix this by focusing less on power and more on clean contact on the ball. Also, keeping your head still helps a lot, as I mentioned earlier. Remember, the best free kick takers are not the ones with the biggest legs or the most power, but the best technique. Perfect your technique first and add power as you practice more. Now remember, you are curling the ball, so don't aim for the top corner. You'll end up shooting wide, like you see here. Aim towards the middle of the goal and the ball will curl inwards. The more reps you get in, the better you'll be able to direct your shot. Now, this is a really common mistake. Hitting too low on the ball will cause your shot to fly over the bar. This is a really easy fix. The next shot you take, remember the feeling of where you contacted the ball last and go slightly upwards. Another pro tip is to point your toes upwards on your kicking foot. Now, I got a few in this session with the short follow through that had a decent effect on the ball, but as soon as I consciously made an effort to bring my foot across my body, I noticed a significant difference in the flight path. The ball had more whip almost straight away. So let's take these 2 shots as an example. This first one, it hits the crossbar or the edge of the crossbar, and most people would probably say that it's a good shot, but in my opinion, it didn't come down enough. So that means that there wasn't enough top spin on the ball to make it come down, and that's usually actually because of your follow through. Now, if we compare it to this second shot where it also hits the post, but have a look at the path of the ball, the flight of the ball. It has much more effect on it and it drops down quickly. So have a look at how my kicking foot comes across my standing foot, and it really impacts the flight path of the ball just by following through more. So here are some good examples where I follow through completely. I contact the ball well. This one is perfect, ends up side netting. Now this one here is nothing special, but I just included it because the guy walking by celebrated the goal, which I found kind of funny. But yeah, in this session I hit about 100 free kicks total. Had about 20 footballs exactly, should I say, and I hit 5 sets. So yeah, 100 free kicks. Not all of them went well, obviously. A lot of them did, and as I went on and took more and more free kicks, my technique got better, and I had a better feeling of where I'm hitting the ball and also my follow through. So the ground was really muddy on this day, which caused it to be slippery. So I switched up the angle here, which also gave me an opportunity to practice from a slightly more central area. As you can see, I just moved the mannequins, and I tried to actually come slightly inwards with my steps. So instead of being 90 degrees to the ball, I'm a little bit more straight on, just because the angle is very, very tight. So these last few shots, you can really see a big difference in my approach to the ball. I'm approaching it much more confidently. My follow through is much more exaggerated, so that's very important. Is as you're taking these free kicks, notice what you're doing wrong or rewatch your video. That's what I did. Was I would pause my session, I would go back to my film, watch myself, and then fix whatever I'm seeing on the camera in real life. So as you guys can see, I wasn't lying about the slippery ground. Just my feet just completely slid right into the ground, and decided to pack it up and call it a day after that. But here's a checklist of everything we went over for hitting a curling free kick. Try and analyze each of these parts when practicing your free kicks, and maybe try recording yourself. It helps a lot. If you have gotten this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as it does help me put out this type of content. Also, leave a comment letting me know who your favorite free kick taker is.